Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Before we begin, I would like to wish you all Ramadan Mubarak and hope that you have a blessed month, inshallah. Welcome to day one of our series. Today we will be talking about the Islamic calendar as well as talking a little bit about fasting. The Islamic calendar starts with the month of Muharram and ends with the month of Dhul Hajj. There are 12 months in the Islamic calendar, and Ramadan is the 9th month. I would like to play a short nasheed for you to help you to learn the names of the months in Islam. Perhaps you've heard this and you can sing along with it as well, inshallah.
جماد الأولى جماد الأخرى رجب and شعبان رمضان 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 and شوال ذو القعدة and ذو الحجة. These are the months in Islam.
I hope you enjoyed that. Inshallah, we'll send you put up the link for you to also have a listen to this in your own time, and it can help you to learn the names of the months. Before we move on, just wanted to mention to you that the Islamic calendar is based on the sighting of the moon. Therefore, we call it the lunar calendar. I have a short story now to share with you. We have a special storybook, sparkly storybook, and we'll have some stories in here, many stories in here over the next few days, inshallah. Our first story is about the hungry mice, so listen carefully. Zara lived in a large farmhouse in the country. In their kitchen, some mice had taken up home. They made sure they did not disturb anybody, and they only came out to collect crumbs on the floor when the kitchen was empty. The mice knew that Ramadan was coming soon. They had marked their date on their calendar, 2nd of September. That is when it started last year, and there were no crumbs to be found because Zahra and her family did not eat at home in the month of Ramadan. They used to have their iftar at the Islamic center, and for sahur they didn't eat very much. Therefore, the mice decided to store up food for Ramadan about 10 days before it started. So on the 22nd of August, the mice family crept out to collect as many crumbs as they could find. But there were no crumbs to be found. Do you know what's happened? Well, let's see. We're sure we have got our dates right, they said. Every day they came out to find no crumbs on the floor. Soon they all became very weak. Mother Mouse could not stand this any longer. At night she went up to Zahra's bed and squeaked in her ear. Squeak, squeak, we're really hungry. Zahra woke up and said, Go away. If my mum finds you, she'll kill you. The mouse would not stop squeaking. Look, I don't understand your language. I'm not Prophet Suleiman, peace be upon him. Prophet Suleiman, peace be upon him, used to be able to understand the language of animals. The mouse would not stop though. I guess you want some food. Zahra crept downstairs and peered into the little hole in the skirting boards. She saw 4 thin mice. Oh, poor mice, did you not know that it is Ramadan? You have lived here long enough to know that we don't eat much in the month of Ramadan. She gave them some bread and cheese and said, Now listen. You have to start storing your food before. I guess you forgot that Ramadan starts 11 to 10 days earlier every year because of the Islamic lunar calendar. Mother Mouse made a note of this on her calendar, never to forget this again. Right, so this story shows us the difference between the calendar you use, January, February, March, and our Islamic calendar. Our Islamic calendar moves along every year. So for example, Ramadan used to be in the summer holidays, and now slowly and slowly it's coming towards the Easter holidays. Right, so our next little bit to talk about today is about fasting. And here I have a saying from Imam Jafar al-Sadiq, peace be upon him. And he has said, the Sawm is not merely abstaining from eating and drinking. Sawm means to fast. Your Sawm must be coupled with, and he's given some guidance to us. He said, keeping your tongue from lying. Therefore, we should tell the truth, always. Not getting jealous, so that means we should be happy with what we have and not think about and compare ourselves to what others have. We shouldn't backbite or gossip. We shouldn't argue or quarrel. So we should make sure that we are listening to our parents and we're not fighting with our brothers and sisters. Also, he's mentioned not to be mean and unjust. So be fair with everybody and listen to each other. We should all try to do these things, especially during the month of Ramadan. During the month of Ramadan, people set goals for themselves, and that's something I would like you to do today as well. I have some examples here, like not getting angry, being kind to everybody, to say kind words, to read the Quran more, or maybe to pray. Make sure you pray your salah at the correct time. I would like you to set yourself some goals, just like I will be doing too, inshallah. Now, today's Islamic reminder is to start everything with bismillah. And as you would have noticed, we started today's session with bismillah, which means that we begin in the name of Allah. We should start everything with bismillah, before we eat, before we work, before we break our fasts. So please remember that, and I'd really like you to make sure that you are saying bismillah before you start anything. Excellent. Now to the first activity, so day one's activity. I would like you to create a Ramadan calendar. So I have some samples here for you to have a look at, and there's a website also, so when you go online you'll be able to see the slides and there is a link for you to look at. These are just some ideas, but you may have some even better ideas for making a Ramadan calendar. I saw quite a nice one which I started to make, but I haven't finished. You could also try this one. It's a chain, a paper chain, and you can keep adding enough for the 30 days of Ramadan. And as the day passes, you can take one off, so it's like a countdown. I'm really looking forward to you taking some pictures of what you create and either uploading it onto our website or sending them to me via email. Now it's time for our challenge, our very first challenge. Are you ready? Right. So our challenges, we're going to go over to our challenge board, and as you can see we have our 30 challenges. From challenge number 1, I'm going to take today's challenge out. And let me read to you what your challenge is for today. Your challenge is to learn the months of Islam off by heart. Right, so do you think you can do that? I think so, I hope so. If you know some of them already, that's great. If you know 5, let's say, I'd like you to try and learn 8. If you know 8, I'd like you to try and learn all 12. If you already know the months of Islam, that's also excellent. Your challenge then is to find out how the lunar calendar works and work out for me what the rough dates for the starting of Ramadan will be in 2021 and 2022. Right, so that's your activity and your challenge for today. Like I said, this will be available on the website so you can check it before you do the activities. I am really looking forward to seeing your challenge and your activities this evening, inshallah. So good luck to all of you, and inshallah we will see you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.